Regret? Aggressive. What? Aggressive.
Thou art welcome any choice thou hast made thyself given, and thou leavest me no choice. I shall accept. Thou shalt fret.
Yo, what's up, grass? What's going on? It's all good. Run's decent. I have around 14 seconds of bad energy so far, which is pretty average. Ideally, it would be less. I got pretty insane paces lately. Like today, I think it was today, I got a pace that was literally perfect up until Blighttown. Then I made some mistakes, and then I died to Sif. It was a real halberd too, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah. I did mess up pretty bad Blighttown, losing 14 seconds. But up until that, it was basically perfect. Actually, I gotta upload it to YouTube, because that was a crazy run. Yeah. What I have now is very average. The splits I have are an ideal run, they are not my actual PB. So if I get a run that is exactly like that, I beat the world record by 1 second. So ideally I wanna be ahead. Yeah, I got it first try this time, nice. New runs of no wrong warp. Have you actually been able to finish one? Because that seemed to be pretty difficult. You know, I don't know if it's viable on Switch, because on Prepare to Die, the collision is kind of different, so it ends up working not as much. So, and because Switch is basically just Prepare to Die, I'm afraid it might not work. Fuck you, feel like. So yeah. Okay, it's a decent run. Quayla could have been better. I haven't tested on Switch, but in Prepare to Die, the collision is different. I mean, I don't know if the collision is different, but the way you interact with it is different. I tried, and it's not as consistent. It can still work, but it's not consistent.
Don't get yourself killed. Not you've got some nerve curses.
Especially the first drop. Sometimes you land, sometimes you don't. I'm not sure. Fortunately, in Prepare to Die, because there is no glitchless category, you can just do plunges. Or you can just do blind town skipping. But on Switch, if you're doing glitchless, good fucking luck. So the blind town skip I did, I tried on Prepare to Die, it didn't work that well. I got it a few times, but not consistently. But if you're using glitches, you can do the plunges. There are plenty of tutorials online for that. That's what people used to do before blind town skip. And it's still a viable option. Of course, air rolls are still faster for descending blind town. But if you can do that, especially on Switch, then the plunges are better. Because it takes slightly more than doing the glitchless drop. But if you can't do that, then that is fine. Because it's just a jump into a plunge roll, and then another roll into a plunge roll. It loses a bit of time. Double it. Double. A ti dopo, dai.
Aspetta, guarda.
Okay. Okay. Let's send prayers to Sif, because this is the worst part of the round, probably. I fucking hate Sif. I lost so many runs to this dog. Even today, the run that was basically insane, I lost it here. Yeah, they are precise. Yeah, because you have 30 FPS. Okay. Am I entering that? Okay. It's okay. It's lagging a bit. Come, bitch. Fuck you. So average. Okay, whatever. We could be 20 seconds ahead right now, but we are even because of RNG. It's fine. I basically didn't make any mistakes though. The only thing, I missed an arrow on Ingvar. Everything else was just RNG. That's the level of optimization of this category. Whatever, we are in the only split where there is no RNG, so we're good. I can relax. I think I messed up. No, I didn't, okay. Yeah, Sif just kept jumping away. Not much I can do about that. There's a cool strat you can do where if she does a running attack or any slash that comes from your right, you can do a backstab to iframe it and then do a backstab attack, which is a really cool strat. I actually am really consistent at it, because as long as you're going in the opposite direction, then it's easier to dodge. Yes or no? Oh yes, I do have a gadget glitch, which is basically drop mode, but it only gives you a halberd if you don't get it. And if you get a shield, it actually removes the shield as well, which is pretty cool. The other day I got 4 shields. Reminder, it's a 10% drop rate. Half of the halberd. And I got 2 in a row too. Like, I got a shield, and in the next round that I got to the knight, I got another shield. What the fuck, game? 4 shields. I've never had that happen before. I was doing no drop mode last week, but I've grown tired of that because it was just way too much. Like, yes, I would like to have the no drop mode world record, but it just ain't worth it, man. I don't know if anyone grinds no drop mode anymore. I believe everyone just does drop mode and then they just submit one of the runs they got without the mod. Which will happen eventually. Fuck you, Bob. Yeah, it's goofy. Yeah, I did get quite a few Alberts in a row once. Like, if that hasn't happened to me, it's because we haven't played that. I don't know why that didn't work. I don't know. Let's try that. I'm gonna reset this one. This one I understand. Stop, roll, attack, attack. Hey, now it's fuck, game. Okay, I guess I can fix this mess overrun. It's so bad. Okay. Let's go now. Cerchiamo di continuare per sempre. Oh yeah, if you want, I'm here. Whatever, man. Let's just try again. So, I wanted to discuss some ladder warp on Switch. I did test some ladder warp routes for PC any percent. I couldn't find anything that is fast enough because the main thing I tried to do was take the any percent route from Prepare to Die and adapt it to remaster with drop mod. So you would have a bow drop in Asylum and a rapier drop in Parish. Yo, Cyprus Ave, what's up? It's alright, good doing runs right now. RNG is not the greatest, but you know, it's the way it is. This category. So as I was saying, I was taking the prepared die run and just transferred it over to remaster, but it wasn't that fast. Oh yes, I do remember Mikoru, that name. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember that much. I think it's been a year since I last streamed. Yeah, I do remember the name, so welcome back. In fact, I did not remember your current name, but I saw that on chat it was not displayed as a newcomer, so I assume you were you already came here. Ogre Bus was streaming too, nice. Because I was doing a lot of randomizers. He used to do 80% glitches once. I guess he's not that much of a speedrunner. Wait, glad I'm streaming? Thank you. I'm glad to be back too. I was hesitant to streaming because I wasn't sure that my laptop would make it, honestly. But I saw some guides on how to optimize laptops to have more FPS, and it wasn't that difficult. Because basically, laptops are the default settings are very low, not powerful. Like they're not using 1% of the power they have. Like this thing has like 12 chips and he was using one. Why? Like so much power that he's not using it. The average user is gonna buy a laptop. He's not gonna go mess around that much, so why even bother? When I first got it, if I tried to use OBS, I wouldn't even do 30 FPS consistently. Now I'm doing 60 because of optimization. But the main thing is you wanna run OBS as an administrator, and Dark Souls you can go into the task manager and set priorities to high. Yeah, PCs are expensive nowadays though, and will be in a few years especially because oh yeah, it's so great. We gotta put money on that. Yeah, sure, sure. We'll see how the prices go. Yeah, if you want a game, just don't buy a laptop. I did buy a laptop because I'm at university, so it's a laptop just makes sense, so I can bring it there. But I do want to get an actual PC eventually because in my current state, there's a lot of stuff I can't do with this. Like I like to run Dark Souls 3 on PC because it's just better, but I can't because even without anything recording, I still cannot do 60 FPS in that game. And even Prepare to Die, which is from 2011, I don't think I'm doing consistently 30 FPS. Fucking 2011 game. 1500 is a good price for a PC, you know? Especially in America. Like, as far as I understand, it's not much in America, but here in Italy, 1500 is more than it seems. Because salaries are different, but the prices are basically the same, which is very stupid. In Italy, 1500 is basically your monthly check. My DS3 can't even run 10 FPS. I won't even boot. Oh, DS2 runs though. Yeah, here too. I did play DS2 a few times on PC and it runs very smoothly. Like, there's no problem with DS2. I guess it makes sense because it looks shitty. I don't think there will be much to render. Much easier because I spent 4K on an engagement ring. Oh, engagement ring. That's nice. Congratulations. I still have to see the first fish, you know. But you know, it will happen eventually. Why do I have the dark sign on? Did I tell you about the other kind of difficult speed I want to do? Well, what is it? There's a lot of difficult speedruns for Dark Souls, so. Can we get a real one this time? Nope, that's fine. Now what you gonna do? Eat. You already have it.
You expect me to have seen it, right? Oh, you're so foolish.
Heedless item enemy randomizer glitchless. What the fuck? Wait, were you a no-hit runner? I don't remember. I've never done no-hit. And you want to do it on with an enemy randomizer. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. Good luck. I guess if you're doing no-hit, it's not that much about luck because you do have strats for everything basically. Blindfolded blindfolded. I saw Babsia did a blindfolded speedruns like 2 years ago or something. It looked insanely difficult and luck based. Yeah, totally. But yeah, it would be cool. I'm sure there are people who do that. I know there are people who do hitless all achievements, so and that is definitely luck based. Not in the sense that you don't have strats for everything, but you don't know how long it's gonna take. You just don't know. Any hitless glitches are not allowed, so you can't even do. Which is stupid. It's hitless, so it makes sense. Um, I too would like to do a no-hit run, but they are very different from speedruns, because one would say, well, no-hit runs are the pinnacle of gaming because they are perfection. Well, yes, but getting a perfect no-hit run is much easier than getting a perfect speed run because a perfect speed run implies that you never stop to take safety strats and whatnot. So you need perfect luck, no mistakes for a perfect speed run. Fuck you, man. He just was not moving. The fuck? Alright, good finish. Metroid, have I ever told you my most difficult challenge run? I don't know. Go ahead. Speed, yeah, speed is definitely better than hitless. I like it a lot more. I did attempt hitless once without watching any guides, but I didn't really care for it. Eventually, I'll do one though, because it just makes sense when you have spent so much time in the game. It's one thing that you really have to do. Just to have the game completed. No counter hit. There's a strat where the gargoyles jump away, so you can get a counter hit and finishing with one less hit. Didn't happen though. So your manning is always yeah. I have really good manning. Thanks. Fare roba nel menu. But menuing is much easier in Prepared I've noticed. I don't know if that's related to my PC being kind of crap, but Prepared feels very stiff. Like it's almost as if though it's eating your inputs at times. So, and you can't even use the triggers to move faster. So it's a lot more precise.
Thou art welcome any time thou hast made thyself here, and thou leave with me no choice.
It's okay. Decent play.
Thou shalt regret.
Documento di Cooper. Ho capito. Documento di Cooper. Challenge a while ago to do no hit, no weapon. No bother. Hold on. I need to do some menuing. Here I can afford to go slow. Audio. Okay, so the audio got glitched. That happens sometimes. I can't really fix it without restarting my PC, I believe, so I guess we're gonna have to run with this audio for now, because I don't really want to reset the live stream. It's so weird. I had it happen on Switch as well. I don't know what causes it. And it doesn't go away if you just close the game. I don't know why. Challenge a while ago to do no hit, no weapons, no bonfire, fire roll, and of course I accepted. What the fuck? And did you actually succeed? Like that seems pretty difficult, especially with fire roll. Like I can understand doing everything else, but fire rolling? Nah, bro. How do you do that? I think I might have to lower the volume a bit. Yeah, because it's so loud. Actually, never heard this at all. Yeah, it's so weird. That's like the second time it happens this month. I mean, during the grind. Just been over a month. Oh. I'm gonna focus for a moment. Oh, you want to do it? Okay, nobody's done. Nope. I think I just did a slow quit out.
What does that mean?
Yep. Journey is invalid. Okay.
Oh,
Cool. So what happened there? I got to the bottom of Blighttown, but because I was on a slope, the game was delaying the fall damage. But and if you quit out during that, you can save your position in the bottom of Blighttown. But that is considered a glitch, and I accidentally did that. So run is invalid. Let me see if resetting the game actually does anything. Okay, seems to be fixed. Let me just set priority in task manager real quick. Okay, we're good. Okay, we'll try again. Yeah, that too. It's kind of similar. Actually, let me do a quick ceaseless skip derust because I haven't done this today. I need to make sure that it works. There it is. I'm not sure. I was just playing the game. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, cool. I do rust every time before. Yeah, it's a good way to warm up as well. Like, obviously, you don't want to start doing runs with your hands cold, and a good way to warm up is just practicing tricks. That's what I do every time. Though it does take a while for my hands to be fully ready. I could be practicing for 15 minutes, but my hands are still not ready, even though they are warm, but they're still not very used. Takes a while to warm up. Okay, so I remember before we were talking about ladder work. So I had a few ideas that I tried, which was taking the first idea I had, I need to get better take less damage, like, yeah. Yeah, it's just about practice. With practice tools here, it's much easier. Like, you can just have no def to really see where the safe zones are, and that helped me a lot. But otherwise, just practice. So, the first idea I had for ladder work, which I tested on PC, was because you need souls, um, before doing ladder warp, you pick up the soul after the asylum demon, and then you do ladder warp. And while you're waiting for the hollow, you do the soul. And that is because you cannot dupe or use consumables while in ladder warp, because obviously you can't use consumables while on ladder. So you get ladder warp, and then you buy the necessary items for the wrong warp, and then level up and attune everything, and then go to Berg and ladder warp. Then once you're at the parish, you get the halberd, the regular halberd, mind you. Oh, I forgot light split. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna activate it in a second. You get the halberd because that's the nearest good weapon. And then you also... There it is. You also get a rapier with drop mod. Then you go to Andre, upgrade the halberd, and then wrong warp. So you are back at Firing Shrine with the last bonfire than that parish, and then you go to Queerluck. The problem with this route is that halberd just kind of sucks compared to the Black Knight halberd, especially because you have no RTSR. So I tried something else, and the best thing I could come up with was doing Prepare to Die any percent, kind of. But the problem is, so you don't have Blighttown skip, so you lose 40 seconds there. You save maybe around 40 seconds or less by not going to the Undead Merchant, because you can just use drop mode for everything. And so that kind of evens out. But then you have to consider that move swapping is kind of slow. So compared to Prepare to Die, you're basically always losing time. So I think it would be slower. If we can make Iron Golem somehow faster, then it could be worth it. But I'm not sure about that. I'm sure that if you could ladder warp from Firing Shrine, then it would absolutely be faster. But because you spend those extra 20 seconds getting to Undead Berg, then the way it is right now is just not worth it. It would be also extremely difficult because you have to do a lot of frame dupes on Iron Golem. Or, yeah, because you don't have a club at all, because you didn't go to the Undead Merchant. So you have to use frame dupe or something else. You still have the Albert available. Well, actually, you can use that, because if you manage your souls properly, you can actually just level up for it. So I guess you could move swap the Halberd. That is a viable option. But I don't know how fast it will be, because I did test the Halberd on a Golem and it kind of sucks. Maybe a combination of Halberd and bombs would be nice. We'd have to test. What do you mean instead of running? I think that's enough. Please run. Reset. Yeah. That's what happens if you don't get fasting burst, just reset. Oh, but this Saturday should I test Mood Swap and try to see if should test swaps and I mean you can do it, you can do whatever you want. I'm not planning on booting up the Switch anytime soon, so I'm not gonna test it. You would have to find a way to get to the glitched prompt thing that you do at the beginning, because that's what's not allowing it right now. I think, yeah. Because that is what allows you to buffer actions into the menu, for what I understand. Because in remastered, if you open the menu, any queued actions get cancelled. But with that thing, it doesn't, or something like that. Because that's also how you do
Regrettably.
confirmation box dupes. You can do them like that too. And from what we tested, it doesn't work on Switch. That menu thing. I don't know what's its name. If you know anything technically about the game, then maybe you can figure out something. I know basically nothing about how the menu works internally, so I wouldn't be able to do anything except for trying random inputs, but that doesn't really help. Especially because I don't have an input viewer. So I wouldn't even remember what I was pressing. Like, maybe someone like Eloise could figure that out, because they are quite knowledgeable. But as far as I can tell, they don't do Switch at all. But I believe they were the one who found MoveSwap in the first place, so maybe? I don't know. But again, we're not doing Switch, so there's no way they're gonna test that. Nobody does Switch except for us two motherfuckers. Show some love for the Switch. It's some people's first version of the game, you know? It deserves some love, even though it's crap. It's like literally remaster speedruns, but less interesting. Because you don't even have moves, so you don't have drop mode. But you do have rebirth die rolls, which I guess some people might prefer because it's more interesting. Su 30 fps e i roll a mezz'aria si basano sugli fps. Want to look at the various methods we go now, and then go, yeah. How many methods are there to get the menu thing glitched? Again, I don't know what it's called. Because I only know one, but you know, I only know that because of MoveSwap. I'm gonna shoot one more, I don't know. It's my first video. No, started at 8, yeah. I started in late 2022 to play Dark Souls on Switch. So it's been over 3 years. Probably put at least 2,000 hours in the game across different platforms. Now that I think about it, I remember when I was playing Switch last time, noticing that the movement felt kind of off. Maybe that's because it's more similar to Prepare to Die, because there it's kind of stiff too. But on Switch it was just kind of very free. It was almost as if though you have a notch on the joystick without actually having a notch. I don't know how to describe it better than this. It was very weird. It made line making very uncomfortable. But on any other version of the game, movement is very fun and precise. Like you can see here, I'm doing very intentional and precise lines. But I just wouldn't be able to do that on Switch. And it would be very right too. It's just kind of there is an input lag or something. Optical lag, which is just another thing entirely. 2018. Checks out. If you were 8 in 2018, it means that you are 16 now. Oh, you're a lot younger than me. I thought we were about the same age, but no, you are 3 years younger. Get out, man. Holy shit. Damn fingers sometimes just don't cooperate anymore. Can we get a real one? Nope, still fake. But yeah, you're very good for your age. Because the thing is, when you're young, unless you've been playing for your entire life, you're kind of bad. Like, I remember playing as a kid at games, and I thought I was pretty good, but looking back, I was pretty bad. Like, still above average, but I couldn't do half of the things I'm doing today. These old people. But damn, dude, I'm getting old. Okay. Oh yeah. I do have a relative of mine. I don't want to specify how close he is, but I saw him playing video games, and he's pretty young. Okay, he's like 11 or 12 or 10. His age is in between 10 and 12. Okay, I don't exactly remember, but whatever. Last time he came, he played some of the games I had on a PlayStation, and he played Silk Song for a few hours. If you know it, or you probably know it, the big game of last year. And he spent hours on the tutorial. It was crazy. Like, I was watching him, and he just did not have a feel for the controller, which he had been playing with the Switch for a few years at that point. You would expect him to have at least a feel for the controller, but no. The hands and the controller were not one thing. It was so bad. I guess I'm glad I started playing video games when I was 5, so I developed my skills very early. And I became a really good gamer. If you could rewrite the first message of these last three, because I can't see it anymore, it's too far away. I was good at the games when I was 13, 14. I got a 48 in Lao. Oh, nice. I don't really know what that means because I've never played Halo, but I guess that's cool. Okay. Nice. Oh. Man, what the fuck? That was pretty bad, last 5 seconds there. Not the best pace so far, but it's fine, still playable. These are fun as well. Doubles is easier, but still hard like a 50, okay. I have 1,000 hours in Dark Souls. I started in 2018. I only play almost on Friday. Saturday inside. Oh, that's. I didn't think you played this little. So that's why you're not playing right now, I guess. May I ask, why do you play so little?
Thou art welcome any time. Thou hast
Everyone
made
has their own
thyself
thing, you know.
and thou leavest
Just
me
curiosity.
no choice. I shall accept. Thou shalt fret.
Okay, yeah, that lost 13 seconds in total. So 10 seconds to the gargoyles. That's unfortunate. You know, you can still have a decent blight down and have a decent pace. As long as we are even after save, we're fine. That's more or less the benchmark. Sif is the one who decides it all. Everything before is just kind of optional, let's say. I said, if I may know, out of curiosity, why you play only 3 days a week? Yeah, pretty bad pace. Can still be nice. We still have 30 seconds to spare. Yeah, I suppose you have pretty strict parents. Okay. I guess you have other ways to spend your week when you're not studying. I wouldn't be able to survive that. Video games is just such an important part of my life. Like, it's really a passion that I have, and if I were forced to not play, I really don't know what I would do. Yeah. You know, maybe when you get 18, you can play a little more. Should be able to. Bro, what the fuck? Can you get onto the plank? 2 hours a day? What the fuck, man? 6 hours a week? Okay, what the fuck? That's 10 seconds. No, it's more like 15. Okay, cool. That was a terrible run anyway. Yeah, I don't care. No, go ahead. I don't mind. See? It's easy. Come on. Maybe you can get a real one this time. What? Poisoned. He just started the character poisoned. That's so funny that it can happen. Se stai giocando e vieni avvelenato, se vai poi a creare un altro personaggio ti esce la scritta avvelenato. Sì, è visuale. È visuale.
Okay.
So basically, if you get poison on a character and then immediately create a new one, you can get poison, but you don't actually get poison. It's just a visual thing. It's very fun. I believe it can happen with anything like that. I think even a blood loss could do that. But blood losses are much rarer. You're probably gonna get a blood loss and create a new character. What other crowd are like that? I don't remember. I think there's only two. I don't know. You see here, grass? But you wanted to say something else? Oh, you were writing, okay. I have to make the chat larger. I can't read all of that. Can you divide that in two messages? But wait for me to read the first one first, of course, because the way I set up my layout is I have a tiny chat on the right, but it's tiny, so I can't read all of that. I need to make it larger. Get paid. Yeah. Gonna. Oh my. Orange. Okay, if I make it larger, it fits. Cool. Just a little more. Cool. Okay. So on the weekdays, I like to work on these for my YouTube. Like I have a video I'm about to work on soon about actual facts. You may have not known about Dark Souls, but know things like, oh, there's a humanity in this game. Feel like you didn't know the bird sound in the cutscene from a sound firing was using. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, I suppose because I don't think FromSoft. I accidentally pinned a message. I don't think FromSoft makes their sounds. They just buy them online. At least some of them. Because that's very normal, buying textures and sounds. Because there's a lot of them in the game. You're not gonna have time to make all of them. Like in Eldering, there's a texture in the Lake of Rot that it was very funny because I saw some people speculate on what it might have meant, and it was a really cool theory. And then it turned out that the same texture was in like Path of Exile or something. So it was just bought from some assets online. You know, like even when you kill an enemy in these games, it's got that shing sound, and you see it everywhere. You hear it everywhere. It's not unique to Dark Souls at all. But it's, Dark Souls made it cool. So was 70 maybe? Might make a few bits. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably gonna take a while to make.
Regrettably.
Cute. That was pretty bad actually. Got both the horror blocking away and the parry. 2 seconds. That was was like a frame perfect door opening. What the fuck? Running a Dark Souls book, fanfic old. Think about typing just a book series or something. Wait, you're a writer now? Oh, wait. That's very nice. I've never been that much into writing. The only time I wrote something was for school essays, and never been into reading either. I do have a book I need to read because I did want to get into reading, but I just haven't read it yet. But it's very cool that you want to make a book of Dark Souls. And I don't think FromSoft is like Nintendo where they're gonna shut it down, you know. I think they're gonna be cool with it. Still in the early stages though, okay. I do have a friend too who's a pretty decent writer. He's writing a comic book. He's been doing that for like a year or something. He's only done chapter 1. And it's like 8 chapters. And he's just writing the story right now. He's not even actually drawing anything. But he did tell me what the entire story was gonna be like, and it was very, very cool. I really like that. So maybe your book is gonna be the same quality. Who knows? It's... Fucking run! Run! Reset. Unfortunate. I will become a game designer, YouTuber, and all pretty much. I'll probably do IT until I can do this. Well, you know, I kind of want to be a game designer too, more of a level designer, but I'm not sure because it's kind of a hard field to get into here in Italy. And I would have probably to travel a bit to actually attend useful courses because the university closest to me doesn't do anything about games. It does do IT, but no games. And there are things that exist for games. I checked online, but from what I can tell, not near me. But I do know how to develop my level design skills on my own because I do make ROM hacks, and that helps me a lot. In fact, I'm actually pretty decent at it in terms of level design. I don't know anything about programming yet, but if I ever actually do IT, then it could be nice. I learned a lot of principles while making ROM hacks. How to guide the player, how to not make the player feel lost. In my most recent ROM hacks, I had a lot of ideas, but I had too many ideas. So I think the experience was kind of downplayed because of it. It was still decent, but it could have been better. The one I'm making right now is shaping to be much, much better. Because, you know, the thing is, when you start without a clear idea and then continue mixing and matching, it just doesn't produce the best result. I made this very interconnected world, but it wasn't very clear the way forward. I kind of wanted the player to experiment a bit more, but I don't think a lot of players could intuitively figure the route out.
The game was like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Uh, I tried playing mods before. I installed the Dark Souls remastered mod, but my PC just couldn't handle it at all. It wouldn't even run. But maybe if it's a less resource heavy mod, I could try it. Yeah. Never really played Dark Souls mod before. I tried the randomizer. I couldn't get it to run. Probably a skill issue there. I haven't tried enough really. I should try the randomizer. Seems fun. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still a mod, but it's a different mod. Of course, it would be a lot more interesting if it's gameplay, which is nice. Because at the end of the day, I really don't care the way this game looks because it's fine. I mean, admittedly, the Prepare to Die looks a bit better in terms of lighting engine and artistic view, but the remastered is a bit smoother. And the remastered, it's his own thing. Like he does whatever he wants. He just wants to look good, which is nice. I saw that he also bring back the old armor textures from Prepare to Die, which was also very nice because they do look better, significantly better. The remastered armors look like plastic. They don't look like metal. In the night set, you can see the reflection of the textures in the hole of the eyes, which is not supposed to happen. Right. Mm, mm. I please run, please. Man, I'm just not getting good RNG on this guy. What the fuck? Challenge rounds such as Mother plays random Silver Knight archers. Punch, sure. If you're doing something like that, I would be mindful where you put those because you should never put an enemy where it's completely unfair. Like I think the player should always be able to understand where the enemy is by either just looking around the corners or by observing the environment and seeing what could lie there. You know, like you see a blood stain on the ground, oh, maybe there's an enemy behind the corner. Or maybe you open a door, you see, especially like in the Anor Londo Cathedral, there's a room where there are three Silver Knights. You open the door, you see those two Silver Knights, and maybe, and if you are, and if you remember what happened before, there was an ambush before. You may be thinking, oh, there are two there, but maybe there's another one here. And then the player can also, once it's dispatched, the first one, you can also aggro one of them at a time because the first one is positioned more in front, so you can aggro it earlier to tackle all of them at once. I mean, tackle one each at a time, which is really nice that you can do that, and it's nice to have the player expect it. So if you make a mod like that, be mindful where you place enemies. Enemy placement is like the hardest thing to do, but it's so rewarding when you do it well. Which mod are you talking about? Speaking of Romex, maybe you could somehow help me with level design. Maybe I could do some sketches because I don't really know how to make the levels in Dark Souls because the only way I did that was through the level editor of the game I modded. But I could make sketches, tell you where to put stuff, how the level's gonna play out, where you put slow, etc. I could do that, yeah. But of course, you would need to tell me first what you want to do, what you want the player to feel in that level, because that's important as well. Oh, re-remaster. Okay, okay. That's very cool. Um, because I can't just make a level without knowing what you want the player to feel, that kind of thing. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some water. All right, I'm back. So I'm making Dark Souls in Super Mario 64. It's interesting in the mechanics. I'm using SketchUp 3D model level. What do you mean you're doing it in Mario 64? How would you even do that? Like the guy can't even roll. He can he can dive, but you need to be moving. Like, would you have to completely rewrite Mario's moveset or something? It's very interesting. Like, the levels are the easiest part because they don't require jumping, but Mario can jump. So it could actually be quite fun to explore with jumping. Yeah, how do you? If you're able to, cool. I'm definitely playing that if you can do that. Oh, you need the roll. Wait, are you actually gonna port some bosses? Because Mario doesn't really have a good boss roster, He has like five or something. Three Bowsers and then maybe five unique bosses. And they're all brain dead easy. Gonna be Dark Souls and it's easy as fuck. Kinda takes away. You either retexture them or make new enemies. So go. Come back to my notes. What were you doing in Minecraft? I don't remember. Those bricks. Nope. Give me an extra run. Boss. Okay.
Regretted.
It's kind of slow. Beginning all Dark Souls in Minecraft. Oh, so enemies. What is true? Should probably PC and do the mod just the building. Oh, you're doing the entire map. I wanted to do that too, but I never actually completed. I did make the undead parish, like just the building, the church, not the area. And that was on Switch. I also on PC I was making an Orlando. I got a good chunk of the cathedral down, but I never bothered to continue. It just takes a lot of time. Sempre passa. Also, like I need to get better at building in Minecraft if I wanna actually do it, because it doesn't have the right blocks for a lot of areas. Like when I was doing on that parish, the bricks there are kinda mossy and they're not really gray. They're more green brown. But Minecraft doesn't really have a good color to match that, so what you need to do, what would you would need to do is do some texturing, use different colors to kind of simulate the color. You don't want to use bricks because there are no brown bricks in Minecraft, so non sono di giusto colore. And maybe now they added new blocks, but I haven't really checked out. Also, I lost 3 seconds kind of to the elevator. No, more like 2. You see what I've done so far? If it was in your channel, then I did see that. I just don't remember because it was probably over a year ago. Looking at that bird, yeah, I need to get them. Okay, so you've been doing this for 6 years. That's a long time. I mean, with a 2-year break. So it's more like 4. Fucking running, word! Run! Just can't get around past Ingrid. What the fuck? This stupid motherfucker. Like, if it starts running when you start throwing fire bombs, you only lose 5 seconds. But if it doesn't run at all, you lose 15 seconds. So you basically just reset. It's such a stupid coin flip. Like you would think that the first big thing comes at the halberd if you're doing no drop mod, but no, it's inward. It's actually just inward. Take another guy. Yeah. The 2 week Minecraft phase never fails to never disappoints. There's always that period where you play Minecraft for 2 weeks and then dip until next year. It's always like that. Yeah, Ingvar's just stupid. It's nice that in runs with glitches you don't see Ingvar at all because you do seal skip. But you know, we're doing glitchless, so we have to suffer with him. In no RTSR runs or in no RTSR runs it's not that bad because you have more fire bombs. You pick up black fire bombs in bird. But here you don't do that. Fuck this guy. You don't do that, so you gotta gamble here. This is pretty much always been pretty normal. I played creative mode the first time I played Minecraft because I just wanted to build, but then like a week later I started doing survival and that became my main thing. I do play creative just when I want to practice something that I want to build in survival. Pretty much. Back to Ingrid, if you do late New Londo even with RTSR, it's less of a pain in the butt because you can buy better arrows that do more damage. But you know, with optimal RNG in consideration, early New Londo saves 10 seconds, so that's not an option here. So we have to suffer with Ingrid forever.
Regrettably.
Fucking wrong.
regrettably.
Let's send prayers to Ingrid. Let's make him change his mind. I've had days where he was really cooperative. I would get like 2 out of 3 runs past him, but now I'm getting 1 out of 4 past him. Really bad. Like, I don't even need perfect RNG. As long as he only makes me waste 3 arrows, then it's fine. Even 4, like, as long as I don't lose more than 7 seconds. It's literally just RNG. I believe every frame he has a chance to start running. Fortunately, once he starts running, he can't stop. But maybe as time passes, he's more likely to start running. But I don't know. It's very RNG. It did feel like if you just leave him there, he has a higher chance to start running. But it doesn't really help because you want to be hitting him all the time. Come on. Nope. Fuck. I'm genuinely confused. Like, it was never this bad. And it's not like I can just ignore this and go forward. There will literally be a 10-second time loss, and that's a lot. It's a lot considering I can only lose 50 seconds to get world record to my summer best. 10 seconds is a lot, just in one split. You know, it will be 10 seconds more because I'm aiming to lose only 5, so it will be more like 15. And it's very important to get a decent run out of the early game as much as possible because late game is just so unpredictable. Like, right after Ingward, you have Drakes that can literally kill you. If you're good, you survive, but if you don't, then you die. Then you have the Black Knight, which can lose 4 seconds if he doesn't kill himself. Then you have the Parrish, which is just stupid. Gargles can lose a bunch of time. And Quilag. And then Sif. Then Iron Orlando can be quite annoying. Then ONS. The Sith Fleet is pretty nice though. Then you got Nito. Fuck Nito. Just fuck that guy. I only had one good run up to Nero, and I lost it because an RNG that was so bad. Like, it was the worst thing I'd ever seen. The run is pretty free. You can still lose some time. It's a lot that needs to go right, or at least decent. Yeah, you're cruising around, totally. The game is slowing down. What the fuck? Reverse Island. 90 you mind. Yeah, this is just. Oh, I guess you could do the AI break. That would make it consistent. I assume it works on Switch, so you would just need to practice it. If you're doing glitchless, then you don't do it. Why did I get slow loading? That's 3 seconds. Nice. Cool. I should do some testing about that. Okay, so I already lost 3 seconds because I got a slow loading for some reason, even though I've been loading Firing Shrine up until now. I thought only the first cutscene, the first time you loaded the cutscene was slow. Apparently not. Banner skip? What? What's banner skip? Like the pop-up in Firelink? If you mean that, you just hold down the emote button and spam start. That's it. Because for some reason in remaster, I'm not sure if it's the same in Prepare to Die, but in remaster, the emotes have a really high priority. Like, if you open the menu, but hold down the emote button and close down the menu, it will open automatically. And this can be going on indefinitely. Like, it takes just priority for some reason. Fuck. Okay, what the fuck was that? Okay, now I lost 7 seconds. What the fuck? So, yeah, you just slow it down. It doesn't work on Switch, though. It doesn't work on Switch. For some reason. And because you don't have the keys, this also doesn't work on Switch. From what I tested, it's just impossible to skip the banner on Switch. Yeah, it's weird. The emote thing doesn't work in Prepare to Die as well, so maybe that's why, because Switch is kind of similar to Prepare to Die. So that's one thing they didn't change. It doesn't work in Prepare to Die. The emote version doesn't work in Prepare to Die. You have to use the one with the keybinds. And fun fact, the keybind thing, it does work in remaster, but from what I tested, only on full screen. If you're playing Windows like I am, you have to do the emote thing. Kind of weird, honestly. No, I hate playing on keyboard. I tried, but it's just so confusing. I don't even do the dialogue trick with mouse. I just mash. I was just never able to learn it. I did use keyboard once to do two precise rolls, but I've learned how to be consistent at them on controller, so I don't do them anymore. I think I'm getting a fever. I know AIOU plays with keyboard most of the time. He switches to controller to do a few things, like precise movement and shit. But he does play on keyboard. Also, like every top player in DS3 plays on keyboard as well. It is better in terms of speed because it allows you to have very precise movement, but it's very hard to control. There's so many inputs. I wouldn't even know how you quit out that fast on a keyboard. And that's like the main thing. If you can't quit out, then you can't use keyboard because quit out is such an essential part of the speed run. If you're slow at that, then you're gonna lose more time than if you were just playing on controller. Because quitting out the controller is really easy, but on keyboard, it's just all over the place.
Regrettably.
One more route. I mean, yeah. No wrong warp is 36 minutes on PC. You are on Switch, so you're losing, let's say, a minute just for timing differences. You have a +2 halberd, so you're losing probably a minute to that as well. You don't do RTSR, so maybe 3 minutes. Like, and you also don't do a lot of tricks from what I could tell, like AI breaks and shit. So yeah, I guess 46 is a decent time. Of course, it depends on your skill level. For your skill level, I think it's pretty good. But I believe you can improve it a little. But I don't know what tricks you're doing that you could be doing. Or not. I'm sure you're not doing the slow quit out in Crystal Caves. Like, why would you do that? It says 20 seconds, but it's stupid. Okay. I guess I would have to check how you run, because the only point of reference I have is your any percent record, which is very short, it doesn't contain that much. I guess you could be a little more aggressive on the bosses, because you do tend to go a little safe. Fine, I used to do that as well. If you remember in my old Switch World record, I lost like a minute to Ornstein's mode just because I was going so safe. Because I just wasn't comfortable with the fight yet. Now I can do it hitless most of the time. It's just a matter of practice. But that also means that you're doing 4 kings with a +2, right? It should be good. Yeah. Nope. I miscalculated. Nice. I shouldn't be talking on the split. I mean, yeah, you have to do 4 kings first. It's just unfortunate that you don't have any more twinkling. Are you going through the Undead Burg? Because if you're not doing Artiosar, you should be going through Undead Burg. Oh, you're back, so you was not here. Somehow first try. Yeah, you know that jump you do to get to Gaping Dragon early? When I was doing 100%, that was the first time I did it, and I did it first try, and then I couldn't do it again. It's just the way it is. So are you going through on that Berg in Orangor? Because if you're not getting RTSR, then you should go to Undead Berg. I mean, of course, it's just practice, but I've heard that it's stupid. I've never actually tried it myself because I haven't done no wrong work, no wrong bosses with glitches. The route you take in no wrong work, do you go through Undead Berg or do you go through Valley?
Regrettably.
So I think Berg is faster, even if you're doing the elevator skip. That How are you going to Valley without Master Key? Are you just doing New Londo? What does your route look like? I'm kind of confused. Oh, okay. You do have Master Key. Okay, that's good. Okay, so are you doing Seal Skip too? Like, that's not really a routing thing. That's more of optimization. But if you can do Seal Skip, so you should go to Berg because if you're not pinging RTSR, the valley is slower. And also in Berg, there's a Crystal Lizard, so you can have a +3 halberd for early game. That's why you do in no RTSR glitchless, and what you should be doing as well. Going through Berg is a little less consistent than going through Valley, it needs a lot of practice, but it's faster, it's just faster.
Regret.
But then you would have to find a Free King setup, I think. Because at that point, Free Kings is definitely possible. I don't think 2 because you're not doing RTSR, but Free Kings should be possible. Oh, fuck. You just need to figure out how much strength and which attacks you need. I'm gonna go drink a little bit. I'm thirsty. I'm back. Uh, um, Visual learning is not enough in Berg because there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's kind of you need to be ready for everything that can happen. Actually, kind of tired of remaster. Maybe I can show you some Berg's segments. Like you just need to go through there a bunch of times because there are different holo RNGs you need to react to. Even after the barrel jump up the stairs, you need to react on what the holo does. If he doesn't move, you need to punch him away. If he does a fast attack, you can run, you can strafe. You don't need to worry about him. If he does a charge attack, you need to punch him away. There's a lot of stuff that you need to practice for. Visual learning is just not enough. It's just trial and error and find work. You need to find what works best for you. Yeah, you can use a firebomb to kill it really quickly. Yep. I think I'm gonna go now. It's kind of late. Thank you for stopping by. See you tomorrow. Bye.